Hey, what's up, MMA World, MMA Kingdom? It's King JB. You know what time it is. We're going to do the Fight Night 25 preview. This is the updated version. I did one a few weeks back, I think, but obviously some things have changed, so here you go. First off, I do want to give a shout out to all my sponsors out there, as usual. You know what I'm saying. MMAMadhouse.com, big ups. Mobsters Fight Gear, big ups. What'sYourFight.com, make sure y'all go check them out, man. They doing some big things over there. Also, Gorilla MMA, you already know, all day, every day. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into Fight Night 25, man. It's a halfway decent card. It's not the best in the world, but let's go ahead and go over it. The card's gonna start off with a welterweight fight. Justin Edwards and George Lopez, Jorge Lopez. I don't know which one it is actually. I do know that Lopez is 10-1 and Edwards is 6-1. This should be pretty decent. Lopez is making his UFC debut. He's won 9 in a row, 10 out of 11, obviously, to start his career. Coming off a decision win over Joaquin Spirit Wolf at TPF 9 in May. The only real bad thing I can say about Lopez is that he does fail to finish a lot of fights. Out of his 9-fight winning streak, 6 of them been by decision. You see what I'm saying? So it's pretty obvious that's what that's his thing. With that said, I think his inability to finish could be a bad attribute to have making his debut inside the UFC. If you all remember, Antonio McKee was released after a split decision due to, Dana White just really don't play that shit. You know how he goes. Edwards, this is his second appearance. He lost his debut to Clay Harbison back in June by split decision. His jiu-jitsu is great. Obviously, he has the ability to stop anyone with a submission. He also fought back in Bellator in 2009. The only real question here is, can Edwards get a submission before the end of the 15 minutes? With that being said, I don't think he will. I think Lopez will get the decision victory. Going down to the next fight, we have Mike Lulo at 8-3 in the featherweight division against Robert Peralta, 14-3. I got Robert Peralta taking this by TKO. Lulo was coming off a loss to Barboza this past November at his UFC debut at 123. He had won 8 in a row before that. His submission game is proven. He's obviously tight. He's submitted 6 of his 8 victims. This will be his first time outside of the Midwest for a fight, so he obviously needs to pick up this win to stay out the motherfucking Midwest, if you feel what I'm saying. Peralta's making his UFC debut after picking up a pretty solid win at Strikeforce Diaz versus Daly over Hiroyuki Takaya. Sorry. 11 of his 14 wins have come by knockout, so he can finish a motherfucker, no doubt about it. With these two guys, we should definitely have a finish. I don't see why not. But like I said, Peralta is probably my guy here. He's won 7 fights in a row, 12 of his past 13. He can also wrestle, so I think he can pretty much control this fight and take it to where he wants to take it. I think. In the first fight, I do believe that the loser, who I pick Edwards, will be unemployed. I also believe Mike Lulo will become unemployed. Next up, we got T.J. Whataburger and Mike Stumpf. Mike Stumpf, replacing Daniel Roberts. With this being the case, it's a welterweight fight. Whataburger's 13-6. Stumpf is 11-2. Stumpf trains under Team Curran. He has a very solid record, and I think he can take advantage here. This will be his UFC debut after winning 5 of his last 6 fights, with his only loss coming to Anthony Lapsley. Whataburger is making his 3rd straight appearance inside the octagon. He is coming off a loss to Johnny Hendricks. I think T.J. Whataburger will also join the unemployment line, because I think Stumpf's going to pull an upset here. I think he's going to pull a decision victory. Next up, we got Clay Harbison, my boy, man. 9-3 in the welterweight division against Seth Brzezinski, 13-7. Brzezinski. There's a video of Brzezinski obviously getting his arm broke, and he tapped out, and he did some real foul shit. Ref didn't see it, and he kept going. They ended up getting the win. I'm not a big Seth fan. I'm not too fond of him. Clay Harbison, on the other hand, he's very energetic, very upbeat. I like him because he's got a hood flavor to him, man. No doubt about it. I saw him shopping, going to get his gold teeth, man. I like that shit, man. I'm really digging Clay Harbison. I kind of wish DeMarcus Johnson would have still been in this fight, but instead he's not. Should be a good fight, though. I think Clay Harbison will continue his streak here. I think both men will try submissions. They're both good at submissions. But honestly, I think Harbison will be able to outpoint him for a decision win. Next up in the bantamweight fight bout, we got Ken Stone 9-3, Donnie Walker 15-7. Ken Stone looked real good in the first round of his UFC debut to Scott Jorgensen. I don't know if you guys remember that back in June at the Tough 13 finale. It was definitely a good look for Stone. He ended up getting the loss, of course. Uh, Problem is, he goes 0-2 inside the octagon. That's not good. He's lost 3 of his last 4. So if he loses this, which actually I believe he will, he'll end up unemployed as well. Donnie Walker, I think, is going to take this by TKO. He's won 7 of his last 8 fights. But that one loss was in the UFC against Jeff Hewlin. I remember being a big fan of that fight. I thought I thought it was just a great fight. Walker has a lot of wins, but his competition hasn't been that stellar up to this point. Stone will be a good victory for him if he can go out there and get it. So that's bottom line. I got Donnie Walker by TKO over Ken Stone. Next up in the welterweight division, we got Matt Riddle, who I've never liked for some reason, against Lance Benoist. 5-0 Benoist against 5-2 Riddle. I don't know why I don't like Riddle. I just never have. I really think Benoist will stay undefeated, man. That's just the bottom line. Riddle's got some wrestling. I'll give him his credit. But Benoist has never lost, and he's finished every fighter he's ever fought. His submission game is definitely a great attribute to him. He subbed 4 of his 5, victims. 4 of them victims. I think he'll be 6-0 after this fight. He had a 6-0 amateur career. He just wins, man. I don't see him losing this. He's actually entered in one small company's Hall of Fame. And I think Riddle will end up out of the UFC. I think he'll be cut. I'm good, man. I'm glad, man. I don't know why I don't like Matt Riddle, man. He's just ugly than a motherfucker, man. I don't know what it is. Evan Dunham and Shamar Bailey in the lightweight division. Shamar dropped it down to 155. He's 12-3. Dunham's 11-2. I know most people pick Evan Dunham, and I don't blame you. But Shamar Bailey, man, his wrestling is just solid, man. I don't think Dunham's wrestling can prevent Shamar from taking him down. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. I think Shamar gets a decision victory here, which against the Vegas line, obviously is crazy. Dunham's minus 405, and Bailey's plus 305. So obviously everybody is against Shamar Bailey, but big ups to Shamar Bailey, Naptown. You already know. You was a guest on my show, so I automatically like you. Shamar Bailey for the win via decision in this one. Next up, we got lightweight fight. Cody McKenzie, Mr. Guillotine himself, against Wagner Roca. Wagner Roca, whatever, I don't fucking know. But anyway, bottom line here is this should be a pretty good fight. I got McKenzie pulling it off, though. No, I got Roca pulling it off by submission. I'm going to tell you why. Cody McKenzie, he's so good with that guillotine. I think his confidence in terms of jiu-jitsu is sky high. And so he's stepping in there with the Brazilian. I think his confidence is gonna cause him to think he can go places that he can't motherfucking go. And I think Roca's gonna pull the submission win, no question, man. So big ups to Cody McKenzie, but I don't think he'll get released actually. Even with the loss 2 in a row, I don't think he'll get released, man. I think Dana White likes him. He's got 2 bonuses in the first 2 UFC fights, so I think he'll be around for a while. That's the end of the prelims. Now going into the main card, I think we got an alright main card. I'm not really big and fond of the last 2 Ultimate Fighter winners, Jonathan Brookins and Dope Fiend McGee. Man, it's not really. I'm really not fond of them 2 motherfuckers, and I'm about to get into that shortly. The middleweight fight, Alan Belcher, Jason McDonald. I think it's going to be the fight of the night, no question. I think their submission games will offset each other. And I think Alan Belcher will be able to pull the TKO. He's a huge favorite in Vegas, minus 315. So definitely, I wouldn't take that bet though, because Jason McDonald's too dangerous. I do think Belcher will get the win, but if you're going to Vegas, man, and I'll get to my Vegas picks and notes here in a second, but you don't want to bet against. You don't want to take that like that. But I got Belcher by TKO, man. I think he'll have a good one here. I think both of them, this is a battle of veterans, best fight of the night, no question. Jonathan Brookins dropping down to featherweight for some stupid fucking reason. I don't understand why he's dropping to featherweight. He's 12-3 up against Eric Koch. Koch. I don't fucking know which one it is, but I hope it's not Koch. That would suck. I think I've heard different pronouncements. I think Koch is going to get the KO of the night though. Brookins always leaves his hands down. He always drops his fucking hands, and it drives me insane when I watch Brookins fight. Koch has knocked 2 people out in a row, and I think he's going to make it 3, man. I just think it's going to be a KO of the night, man, for his 3rd knockout of the night in a row. So I'm going with Eric on this one, man. Brookins, I do like the fact he's long and lengthy, but I don't understand why he dropped to featherweight. I just don't understand it. So it is what it is, man. Brookins, I guess we'll see if he's successful, but definitely I'm going with Eric on this one. Court McGee, Dope Fiend McGee, 13-1, Donkey Yang, 10-1, middleweight fight. I've never liked any of the gimmick fighters. I don't like the USA fighters. I don't like the Dope Fiend fighters. I don't like people to shove it down my throat on why I should like them. So the same thing goes with Court McGee, man. You shove it down my throat. You tell me why I should like him. I should like him because he's a recovered dope fiend. Man, I smack dope fiends. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing that sob story. And just for that, I'm picking Donkey Yang by TKO, man. I want Court McGee out of the UFC as soon as possible, man. I'm tired of hearing the fucking story. Him and Loud Bird Brawl ought to go to fucking get high together and get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I'll serve them, man. Y'all come see me, man. Come see me. I got you. Anyway, welterweight fight, man. Main event, Jake Shields, Jake Ellenberger. Jake Shields fucked up bad when he said he didn't even know who Jake Ellenberger was. Ellenberger on MMA Affiliates Radio, I appreciated him coming on. It's impossible for me to not like the guy. He's very underrated in the division, no question. I think even he knows it. He's won 4 in a row since a split decision loss to Carlos Condit back in '09. That's 2 years ago. He hasn't lost in 2 years. So I think Ellenberger can do it. I really do. I think he can knock him out, and I think he will knock him out. I think we're going to see Ellenberger versus Condit 2 in a title fight in the near future. Which that should tell you right there who I think is going to win between Condit and St. Pierre. With 16 knockouts on his record, I think he's going to get 17 here tonight. Jake Shields don't know who he is. He's going to know who he is after this one. I would have probably picked Shields before he said that stupid shit. But I hope he really isn't underestimating Jake Ellenberger because he's a beast, man. He is 24-5. Jake Ellenberger for the win. He's knocking out Jake Shields. Remember I said it. You heard it here first. No doubt about it. There wasn't a whole lot of hype or promo work for this fight. But let's go ahead and I want to tell you my award picks for the show. I think either Eric Koch or Jake Ellenberger will get KO of the night. I think Wagner Roca will get submission of the night. And I think Alan Belcher and Jason McDonald will get fight of the night. My money picks, Vegas. Let's go to Vegas for a minute. The picks you do want to, I think the single pick that you want to take to make money on is Shamar Bailey at plus 305. That's a huge, he's a huge underdog. 305, man. That's just, you put 100 down, and for some of you cats that got to lose, put 500 down, man. Get your money right. But plus 305 is where it's at. The parlay picks. If you're gonna pick a group, man, try to make your money. Here's my parlay picks. My four fight parlay. Eric Koch minus 200. Robert Peralta minus 145. Clay Harbison at plus 138. And Jorge Lopez at minus 400. Pick them 4. It's guaranteed in my opinion. Definitely a solid parlay. The guaranteed pick, the one guaranteed pick, if you want to put money down, if you want to put $10,000 down right now, pick Jorge Lopez and his minus 400. I think you put it. I think you're guaranteed to get it. I really do. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but y'all, man, it's another way I live, man. I hustle, man. I gamble. So make sure y'all get your gambles right. I don't care where you do it at, SBG.com. SBG.com, man. I don't know if you know about SBG Global. Check them all out, man. There's so many out there. Bet USA, man. They're everywhere. Go check them out, man. Big ups to everybody. I appreciate you, obviously listening to this.